Expiration Date Reanimated will be working with Boxes of Hope. Boxes of Hope is a youth-based charity initiative that acts as a non-profit organization. They've done several things before, such as visiting nursing homes, visiting schools, and doing tons of giveaways. Their last project involves giving to those in need and also the underprivileged women in Bandung so that they can start their own mask-making business.
Welcome everyone, my name is Agro. I'm recording this a little after the event. If you were there on the night of the preview, you would have watched both the original and the reanimation of Expiration Date with us. We can't share that experience with you due to the way YouTube works. Instead, we've linked both videos in the show notes and on cue cards. Pause this, go watch them, come back to us. I'm joined by Fluffchirp, the project lead and some of the creative minds behind EDR, Expiration Date Reanimated. The first person I want to talk to is actually friend of Critscast, someone who has been doing some amazing art and has gained a certain degree of notoriety on the Twitters on the world right now. Goes by the name of some_ape, but I know him as Jorgito.
Yeah.
Joe, welcome to the stream. You excelled. I think I am not alone in saying that, like, every time your artwork came up, I didn't have to read your name because it is so iconic to you.
Exactly, I agree.
Did you were saying, like, during the stream itself that everything that came up you were like, no, I'm better than this now. Did you make this a long time ago? Or
no, yeah, I think I improved a lot since the first scene I got. There was the scene 109. I think it's like at the end, somewhere at the end.
Yeah.
The revealing the bird scene.
Yeah.
Where the big bread opens and the bird is on his tongue.
Just rustling the feathers.
And it's not the only way you know it's a bird is that you know it's a bird. But like it's just like a loop with legs. but it is entirely
it's
like
more of a duck.
It's a duck. Okay.
It's so like cute though, like the way it just rustles its feathers.
With legs.
How much freedom were you given to do whatever you wanted? Or how much was the freedom that you chose to take for yourself?
Yeah, it was the freedom that I chose, I guess.
So nobody had any oversight over your work until it was finally released. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean the only regulations and thing that were on the Google Docs was that it's supposed to be as long as the original scene and not add any audio, like any extra stuff, like from sound wise.
So you chose to make it in your style, which is becoming almost like internet famous at this point. I think that, like, you didn't actually come out onto the scene in terms of having a Twitter, in terms of putting out stuff until this had already started. You'd already begun. Has this always been your style? And we're only just seeing it now?
I mean, if you mean always, like, on my left, it's since I've gotten a drawing tablet, that's has been my style.
Yeah.
But I joined when I got that scene. I still was developed.
I mean, it is absolutely nailed now, and I did see that you've got a couple of memes in the background. Was it important to you to have memes plastered on your work? Yeah, I think we're struggling with the internet of Joe here. So, in his absence, just want to say Joe is just the most fabulous artist, and don't ever let him know that I said that, because his head is far too big for his body as it is. Anyway, thank you, Joe, for being here. When you finally do get back in, I'm sure we'll have a chance to say goodbye to you in the end. Next up on the interview podium, we have, is it Dummie?
Yes.
Excellent. Right, Dummie, welcome.
Hello.
Are you prepared for this? The exploration of your own information. How? Why? What is a demo bike?
Demo cycle.
Okay. This basically comes from the idea that in like Raxo's work, demo men are used as a method of transportation. So I just figured I don't want to do a proper motorcycle. Why not just put a demo man there?
I mean, obviously, why is Pauline riding like she's surfing on the demo man's back? Why is she not like riding like a pony?
Because it's funnier.
Okay.
Simple as that.
I mean, if you're gonna lock things down to just simple experiences, did you have fun doing this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It was a fun idea, and I had fun animating this and just figuring out ways to make this visually more funny.
Did you?
If that makes any sense.
Are you capable of doing walk cycles as well? Because part of me is thinking, hey, I could have made this because it's that simple. But like, are you capable of doing animation?
Yes.
And you are, but
yes.
you played it down.
This is simpler. It's less complex.
You lowered your standards.
I think it's a little bit funnier. I think it's a little bit funnier than her just walking away.
Yeah, you lowered your standards just so that it would be funnier. I mean, I can't argue with that.
Basically.
Did it take you longer than it would have done if you were? No, I can't be. There's like 2 seconds of animation there, surely.
I think this took about 4 hours of work, and if I had animated like Miss Pauling walking and actually getting off the bike like a normal person, I think it would have taken me 8 or 9 hours.
I've just realised this demo man falls over at the end. Like
he does.
Yeah. but he's perfectly stable.
Don't question it.
I'm trying not to, but my mind is. That's all my mind is seeing.
He just falls.
This is genius. I'm still on the high of watching the entire thing. It was jam-packed with memes and everything. Are you hoping that this is going to become its own meme? Are you hoping?
You mean Expiration Date Reanimated or just the demo bike?
Just the demo bike.
I have no expectations. Look, like memes, I've learned from experience that memes come with the weirdest things possible.
Yeah.
Like like the "Listen Here, You Little Bird" meme that came out like back in last year. That was actually from a video of mine in like in March of 2019, and I had no idea it became a meme until one of my flatmates showed me that. It's just weird.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've abandoned any sense of like trying to guess what happens next.
What happens
in terms of meme culture?
Does his arm disappear into the? I'm going to watch this really slowly now.
It clipped into the ground.
It just
it barely clipped into the ground.
Well,
I think its arm moves slightly.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether I could have done that any better. Now that I see it, now that I see the sophistication involved in that one simple animation, every time I watch it now, there's a whole new thing being experienced. What was the best thing that you saw in this entire video? Outside of your own work, obviously.
I wouldn't consider my work good, but like, I think Raxo's one was the best because I think his work inspires me a lot in general. So, yeah, I suppose Raxo's entry would be my top vote for the entire entry. But like everyone did well in this. Everyone did well in this collab. Everyone's entry was good.
Okay, that is a good place to end it. Thank you very much, Dummie, for being with us and sharing your process as it is. We actually have an interview with not necessarily an interview. It's like a self-personal statement by Scott Mack. I'd like to play that now if we can. I think this is like a weird one. Scott just kind of interviewed themselves.
Hello, I'm ScottMac04, or ScottMac for short. I am an animator on the Expiration Date Reanimated collab, and I've been asked to give an interview about my experiences with it, and so I shall. Now, I've been given a few questions to answer, so I will go ahead and do that. So, for starters, what brought me into this project? Well, I was just casually in one of my animation servers, which one of my friends invited me to, when Fluffchirp, the creator of the collab, decided to come up to me and ask if I wanted to participate in another collaboration. I just joined the collaboration a few months back, and I decided, you know what, why not? So I came in and I jumped head first, not knowing what I was going into, as you always do with these collabs. I was then told, hey, you've got a list of shots that you can do, pick one that's not labelled with an X on it, and animate to your heart's content. And so I picked shot number 95, which is a wee scene of the Heavy and the Medic about to fight the bread monster. Now, as to how long it took me to make my animation, it only took me I'd say roughly 5 weeks or even a month, maybe even less than that to make it. It was quite short. It was a short scene, but I do like to put as much heart and effort into my work as possible. Considering the style of the animation I did, my animation style is mostly to what I feel looks good. Sometimes I do it to an extent where the audience would like it, but my style is normally quite rough, but it's in the level where it's not a beginner's level animation style, but nor is it an expert level's animation style. It's right in the middle. Did I like the original, did I like the whole project about Expiration Date collab? Yeah, I did. I like the whole concept of it being a tribute to Rick May. So all these animators who we all have in common liking Team Fortress 2, and we were all heartbroken to hear Rick May's death. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in Team Fortress community were. So I almost feel honoured that I'm able to participate in a project that is to pay tribute to a very good voice actor that I like. As to what I tried to do differently with the expiration date scene, I've always liked doing wacky scenes, doing things that other animators normally wouldn't do. So when I saw what the scene was, immediately my mind turned to JoJo, which is ironic considering I've never seen a single episode of JoJo in my entire life. I've made several references to JoJo before, so I figured why not, and I started animating away and I immediately knew what I was doing. I would say I have made a piece that is more original before. I did make it a lot more different than what the actual scene should have been, and I feel quite proud doing that. And did I make any friends and did I have fun with the project? Heck yes! My advice to any animators who are listening to this podcast: join a collaboration, or join a Discord group or a Reddit group or any group in general that's just with other animators. Because if you're an animator and these other peoples are animators, you would actually learn that some animators tend to have a lot in common. So just try talking to them, try saying what you like, and you can make friends in animation servers very, very easily. Most animators are very friendly. So I would like to thank Critscast. You're quite a good podcasting group, and I appreciate this. This is ScottMac04 signing off.
That was a sort of self-interview there by Scott Mac. So thank you very much for for providing that for us. I think answered like a lot of questions that I probably should have been asking other animators. But Fluffchirp, I've mentioned it before that you guys started this before Team Fabulous started theirs. How did you?
I'm not sure when it started.
I mean, it was about a year ago, and it was around about the same time. Did you, when you found out that Team Fab 2 were doing their thing, were you like upset, or did you want to be part of that, or like?
I wasn't upset actually. I was just like, oh, there's another one that's TF2.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it released before mine.
Do you feel like they stole some of your thunder, or are you? I mean, I'm trying to like insinuate that there's some beef between you guys, but I don't think there really was.
No, there wasn't any. And honestly, Team Fabulous 2 Reanimated is really good. I didn't really get to watch it at the time. I was really late to the party. Like, yeah. So, but it was really good.
Have you? Presumably, you've seen it now. So, like, is there anything that was in that particular video that you wish someone had done for yours?
I really liked that one scene where it's okay, I actually kind of forgot, but it's playing the guitar and it's just like black and white, but it's so beautiful. I love that one.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Like, yeah.
I loved Crow's work as well, but like that, I think with this particular thing, there were so many different, like totally different art styles being expressed in Expiration Date Reanimation that it was just like, wow, mind blown all the time. Like every time there was a change between animator, it'd be like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Have you counted how many different art styles there are? How many animators were in this?
I counted last time, but it was kind of outdated because a few people dropped out.
Okay.
But the safe number would be above 85.
Okay. All right. So somewhere between 80 and 100. Yeah, and I know that when I was looking at the charts as well, there were like 100 people. Were you frustrated when people start dropping out, or like?
Oh yeah, that caused actually quite a lot of stress.
Because you've gone from having everything perfectly planned out, and then reality kicks in. Did you?
Exactly.
What was the shortest amount of time that someone took to animate a thing then?
Oh, okay, all right. So I gave the guy the scene this afternoon, and he finished at night.
What?
Yeah,
Who?
and that guy is Ultimate Slayer.
Oh my god. That's insane. Ultimate Slayer was one of the people who was chatting in the original, like the talk over.
Yeah, the commentary.
Yeah, yeah.
The second fastest would be Some Ape.
Yeah, I can see that. Some Ape does just churn content out. Like that mind of his is just insane. I don't even. Okay, look, we've got another couple of animators that we want to have words with, one of which goes by the name of Minty.
Yes.
Minty, are you here?
I am here.
Which Minty are you? I understand there's two Minties.
I am Minty T21 or 720p, as you can call me.
You're the higher definition Minty than
I am the higher resolution.
Higher resolution. Other Minties cower in your presence. Yours was the only animation that was entirely like black and white. It's like pencil drawn, I want to say.
Yes, it was all black and white.
And you did. Is that your normal style, or did you decide to go with something unusual?
I just kind of went with what I had, like with paper, because I don't really have an art style really. I just went with like, hey, I'm going to go for Take On Me, so I did that.
Ah, that's what it's for. My mind has been trying to fill in the blanks.
You didn't notice?
No, I did.
Oh
I didn't.
Yeah, that's okay.
All of the things like the crumpled up paper kind of thing, or that's
what I'm trying to go for.
Oh, that
art
worked.
Style.
Totally worked.
And it's all animated with paper.
Now that I'm watching it again, I've got the Take On Me song. Take on me. Take me on. Just playing in my head now. Oh, wow, that is genius.
Thank you.
So,
Also,
I mean,
Mhm.
that is not a cheap in terms of time and effort style of art, is it?
No, it took
Oh.
so long because first of all, this was my first time animating.
Right.
Second of all, this is my first time adding with paper, and I was
And-
not expecting it was going to take so long.
Presumably, you need to have the whole hover the camera a certain distance away from the paper and make sure bits of paper line up thing.
Yes, that's all I had to do, and the setup took longer than like everything took so long to do. But I was happy what I ended up with.
Is it? Did you? I mean, I think the legit way of doing this is having like paper with specific holes in it that you line up, and you drop the
Oh.
paper on top of paper.
I was
Or-
planning on doing that, but I think that would have taken much longer. I just got paper, put it on my table, and just sketched it out for each frame. and
Did you have
numbered it.
Did you have a legit camera for this, or was it just your
Yeah,
phone?
a legit
Okay,
camera.
okay, all right.
course.
That's. I mean, that's fine. No, there's no of course here. I think we're like pushing boundaries back every time we talk to someone, like how they do things. Are you pleased with the result?
I am pleased with my result, but like I was kind of hoping to like finish my entire animation, but of course I couldn't finish half of my animation, so Fluffchirp went in and did it for me, which I'm thankful for her doing. Thank you so much.
It's okay. No problem, man. It was fun trying to imitate the Take On Me style.
Yeah, you did very well, and how long did it take you?
2 days.
2 days. Wow.
Yeah.
How long did it take
And
you?
I
Into?
took a picture with my phone.
I had like school and like other stuff to do.
Yeah, that's your excuse. But how long did it take you, Minty?
2 months.
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months
I
versus 2
started
days.
early. Versus 2 days, bro.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you could see the difference.
Are you? Is this? Have you cemented this in as like part of your repertoire now, Minty? Have you taken on? Oh my god, I'm hearing it in my head now. Have you taken on new animation
Yeah.
projects?
I'm no, I haven't yet, but I'm planning on doing the there's like a gorillas reanimation, which I'm planning maybe to do, like doing the same
Right.
animation like Take On Me, but gorillas. Maybe I might do that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's cool. Are you ever gonna add color?
I was planning to, but all I had are like broken Crayola pencils, so I couldn't really add color.
It
I
just
just
goes
worked
to show, though.
with what I had.
Like everybody has an expectation of like if you're going to do a reanimation, you got to do it in SFM, and it's got to be like years of work, and like you just can like sellotape some paper to a table and take a photo of it and then do it again.
That's literally what I just did. I just got some paper and sketched and put it together in animation.
It is kind of genius, and I do hope that you continued pursuing it because yeah, like as soon as you gave me the hint, I got it.
Oh, thank you.
And I wish I'd allowed my brain to get it before.
Thank you, Agro.
Absolutely no problem at all, mate. Minty, well done.
Also,
Looking forward to seeing you star in a Gorillas video very soon. Fluff, did you bring like a whole bunch of artists together to do this? Is there anyone you got a chance to work with that you wouldn't have had a chance to work with?
Sorry, come again.
Did you? Because there's so many people involved in this. Is there anyone that you were specifically hoping would be involved in it, and you got a chance to work with them?
Well, not exactly people, but actually a style.
Mm-hmm.
So I had like this mental checklist of styles that I wanted in. Like for example, flip notes, if you know from like the DS, like the DS animation software.
I'm vaguely aware of it. Yep.
So flip notes and actually Minecraft animation, Roblox animation,
Yeah.
MMD animations, Gmod, SFM, and hand drawn, and also Lego.
Oh, the Lego one was genius. I was unexpected,
Yeah.
but absolutely brilliant. I love the fact that like the Lego animation was the most like it's not a very sexy animation, There's not a whole bunch of like sexy times going on. Maybe the thing with Chicken Girl, the chicken floozy, like that's as close to some sort of wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But like the one time when characters are physically close to one another is when Miss Pauline is lying on top of Scout, and to have that animated as Lego was just genius. That's like they've got no bits. So the fact that they're lying on top of each other is utterly irrelevant. Like the bits are out of the equation.
Yeah, I agree, honestly. And wait, I actually am surprised that my mental checklist of art styles all got fulfilled.
Wow, lucky you. Armin is the final person we're going to be interviewing for this particular experience. Armin, he is with us right now, and he's just. I'm assuming it's a he. Apologies for that.
It is correct.
That's a lucky break there. Armin, welcome to this. We were just discussing your Lego prowess. Possibly, at least for me, I had the loudest internal, possibly external. I'm not sure if people can hear me screaming in joy. But this for me was absolute pog. Are you proud of what you made? Are your parents proud of what you made?
Well, we can certainly say they're not exactly aware of it, so we can not exactly much I can say about that.
Oh, there. All right.
So how much of this was like a camera pointed at a couple of Lego people, and how much of it is special effects?
Most of it is just the camera actually staying in one place and trying to get some decent lighting, as well as movements that were close enough to look similar to the actual source material, so it would at least look relatively accurate. Of course, with some exceptions, considering that it's Lego in question and articulation is limited.
So that the spots of light that are on the Lego character, is that actually a physical light, or was that added in post?
Yes, that is a physical light. Extremely miniature little LED that I managed to get off the internet.
Perfect. And the green smoke?
That was After Effects.
Oh, that's such a shame. I wish I hadn't asked now. Like, I just assumed that you had like a little smoke machine and you were blowing a bit of like nauseous gas between them.
Well, that would have probably looked a lot more authentic.
It certainly would have. But
it's all just pictures that's unfortunately impossible to make it look decent.
Plus, you might have died from all the gas, so probably best that you didn't.
No.
Thankfully, due to all the masks that were readily available from the outbreak, I don't think that would have been too much of a problem.
Possibly. Did you have heads to swap out for Miss Pauling?
Yes, I did. Although the head in question is actually the same head, just it has two sides, the other side being covered up by the hair.
What?
And since it's stop motion, you wouldn't notice a transition because there is none. It's one frame to another, and I simply just took him off of the scene, switched the head, and then stuck him back, and used onion skin to get them to look as if they never moved.
That is genius. And is that why there's so much shaking going on, so that you don't have to get everything perfectly realigned if you're just pulling a head apart?
Yeah, that's the thing, because I can't get it exactly perfect, because while it is potentially something I could do, due to the difficulties that it's obviously real life, and as you can see, the clay was deforming, getting it into the exact same position was not exactly something I could do. So I would have to, just go close enough.
We've talked about like if you got in early enough, you got a chance to pick your scene. Did you get in early enough? Did you pick this scene?
No, I actually had to try to go for another one, and I was just waiting for a response. In fact, actually, I thought that I wasn't able to get a slot, so then I get messaged, "Hey, we need someone to cover," and I took the opportunity.
That is great. Is it plasticine that Miss Pauline is resting against?
Well, it is kind of plasticine. It's actually kneadable eraser I managed to pick up at a Michael's art store, which I find a little bit more
Whoa.
better than Play-Doh because Play-Doh gets all messy and it sticks to everything, while the kneadable eraser can easily just be scraped up. Like, stick it, and voila, I get it all back.
Excellent. I feel like I've unearthed a secret. Did you add any sort of special Easter eggs into your work?
No, unfortunately, due to the limited visuals where they're basically just stuck inside some bunch of bread, there wasn't exactly much I could do. And due to the scale of Lego, I couldn't add anything like little text, like say, I don't know, something on the wall perhaps.
Or are you just telling us that you didn't to see how long you can keep that Easter egg hidden away?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know your type. You Easter egg hiding fools.
It was kind of difficult to put anything really in there.
Is Lego characters your medium of choice normally?
Yeah, mostly. I've been doing that for several years actually. Mostly as a hobby, and then started posting stuff on YouTube and getting better over time.
So this for you is like second nature.
In a manner of speaking.
I mean, it looked good. I cannot lie. It was just such and a total departure from what preceded it and what came after it. Like I loved it. I'm so grateful that you're able to work with this and add your own style and input into something. Did you have fun? Was it all about the friends you made along the way?
Certainly, actually, meeting some really cool people, seeing how my work is going to be contributing alongside theirs, really did feel nice. Being able to just contribute something to the community, even
Awesome.
if the medium is a bit, say, a departure, considering SFM, Gmod, even some 2D animations, and then suddenly out of the blue, here comes the stop motion.
Brilliant. I'm going to let you go for the time being, and we just have a quick recap with Fluffchirp. Thank you very much for being here, Armin.
The pleasure was all mine.
Fluffchirp, we are at the closing scenes right now. You finally get to have your life back. Congratulations on that. The story isn't over for you though, because I mean we mentioned Boxes of Hope in the first place as a charity that is doing good for the environment that you live in, for people in Indonesia. But it is something that is a personal charity to you, and you mentioned a few weeks ago that you're actually going to be going out and distributing these boxes yourself.
Yeah, if everything goes well, then I would come out and like distribute those boxes.
Unfortunately, we can't show on the screen right now the donations that have come in through PayPal. That's a different system, so that's not being live updated. I hope that you've had a few decent contributions going that way, and I hope you'll share with us as well what the final total was. But either way, even if it is only the number that is showing on the screen at the moment, that's like 100 and something boxes. Is this gonna make a difference?
Definitely. Like there is healthcare here in Indonesia, but the demand is just too much, and not everyone's demands will be met. So with this, it's I guess 100 more people helped.
Yeah. And I just like my hat goes off and my heart goes out to you. The fact that you are personally going to be walking around distributing these boxes, it just like it's the extra level of giving a damn, of caring, and of being attentive to a charity, rather than just giving them money, actually giving them your time and effort. I'm just so in awe of you right now. So congratulations for getting this done, for closing out on the animation. Fluff, I think the final word should go to you before we all scream madly our goodbyes and thanks and love to everyone. You've been brilliant throughout this entire thing, a consummate professional. Congratulations on finally getting it done, getting it out the door. I look forward to going and watching it a million times over on YouTube. Any final words of celebration you want to be sharing with us, Fluff?
Well, yeah, rest in peace, Rick May, and everyone else who was affected by the virus. And honestly, yeah, I'd like to thank, like, I know I'm not supposed to say list, but I have to give credit where credit's due, okay? So, yeah, honestly, like, thank God, thank my family and friends, and the people who clutched it when people dropped out, like, around 2 days before the deadline. People like Vactel and, as I said, Sarah, and animators like Frost and Verse, Minty. Yeah, everyone has been like working together so hard, and well, we can finally see like the fruits of our doing here.
It's kind of awesome. Thank you very much for being here, everyone. I want to say goodbye. So I hope you will all join me in saying goodbyes right now.
Don't forget to watch it on YouTube. There are backup scenes.
Smash the like button.
Ultra Pog. All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Holy
Wow.
Unexpected.
That was a mistake.